The snow doesn't seem Hey guys, it's almost December here in Colorado. This week is actually Thanksgiving. However, that's not going to stop me from taking the TW200 on the back of my 4Runner here and heading out to the mountains and hopefully do some riding. However, it is going to be pretty chilly tonight, and tomorrow it's not even really hardly getting above freezing. But fortunately, BLUETTI is sponsoring this video, and they supplied me with some really good off-grid power. The main unit up here is the AC60P, and that'll give us 504 watt hours of storage capacity. And they also supplied me with the auxiliary battery, and this is the B80P, and that'll give us an extra 806.4 watt hours. And when we connect these together, it'll give us a grand total of 1,310 watt hours of power capacity. And so far, that is the most capacity I have tested power stations on this channel, but I'm gonna need it because it's gonna be cold tonight. I got a 12-volt heated blanket back there. It gets pretty warm, and I also have a little space heater, so we're gonna see if I'm able to stay warm all night long. But anyways guys, I got mostly everything packed up in the 4Runner, and it's actually gonna get dark in a little more than an hour, so I'm gonna go ahead and load the TW200 up on the back, and we're gonna head out to somewhere I have never been before. That's what I love about Colorado. There's like thousands of new places to explore almost. And then when you run out of places, you can always go to Utah. But I'm gonna be heading up north near Fort Collins, and we're gonna check some cool stuff out up there. And I'm also like the biggest procrastinator, guys. That might be surprising to some people, but I procrastinate so much, and my mind goes like all over the place. It goes here, goes over to that van, building this thing, TW200 videos, drones. It's just all over the place. But anyways, let's go. I can't believe the sun's almost going down. I'm missing summer right about now. It's only 4 o'clock. I just need to grab some food and water real quick. So much traffic on a Sunday evening. That's crazy. The one thing I really need to do is throw some taillights on the bike carrier, because I've noticed that it's kind of hard to see my side lights with the bike on the back. And the thing is I have all of the lights and the connectors and everything to do it. I just haven't had time yet, but I really need to do that, especially if I'm going to be driving at night. I'm not really worried about the police. I'm more worried about like someone not seeing me and then rear-ending me. We are on a gravel road, finally. And we got some snow on the road. Still in two-wheel drive. Oh, let's check this out real quick. This snow must be fresh, because I haven't seen any tracks, really. 501.3? It says it's open to four-wheel drives. I mean, as long as it doesn't get like too steep and stuff. It's not like stuff is deep. There's really nothing here. So I looked on the Colorado Treks app, and this kind of just dead ends up here, but it might be like a little camp spot. I'm just gonna throw it in. 4-wheel drive. Might as well just do 4 low. And look at that, it's already snowing just a little bit. We gotta go left. I really need to put some light bars on this 4Runner. Hopefully I don't get stuck. I feel more comfortable going uphill so I can get out of here. Going downhill a lot easier. Ooh, it's nice and foresty back here. I like it. All right, guys, it is 27 degrees outside. Quite chilly, but I think this is a good spot right here. Put a little rock under the tire just to kind of level it out. It's pretty level though. There's a fire ring over here. It's the end of the line, so it should be a good place to sleep for the night. And boy, oh boy, is it chilly. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna regret this, but that moon's out and it's looking pretty cool out here. So here I am in the back of the 4Runner. Kind of got camp set up for the night. It doesn't take long, maybe like a minute or two. But I got the Reflectix in the windows, and that isn't even really for privacy. It's just to like keep it warmer in here because it's pretty chilly, and the heat loves to get sucked out through the windows especially. So I've already shown my 4Runner setup in a different video. I'll leave a link to where you guys can find that. I still got the curtains, and that'll kind of keep it a little bit warmer back here as well. If you look back here, I regret not getting this completely set up. I still need to mount a fuel tank underneath. I found like a 1-gallon aluminum tank that will fit pretty well, and I think I can fill it up like through the wheel well. But I still have to do that. I'll probably do that after this trip, because if I could get this thing running, like it would be so nice and toasty in here. Like 1 gallon of diesel would heat this thing for like 24 hours straight. All right, let's go ahead and look at the main power station. This is the BLUETTI AC60P. And this one can output 600 watts constant on the pure sine wave inverter, and it does 1200 watts peak. But the main thing you want to look out for when buying a power station is a pure sine wave inverter. Very important, especially if you want to run stuff like, you know, a laptop or more sensitive electronics. These things are great. And also through the app, this has a thing called power lifting. And this only works for like heating element type stuff, like a little space heater or like a toaster or something like that that produces heat. But that'll bring it up to 1200 watts constant. So we'll go ahead and power it on. You just press that once and the screen comes up with everything. And it's pretty simple. It just has the power button, DC, and then AC. And AC will turn on the inverter, so you can plug something with a house plug into it. But it's always best to keep AC off when you're not using it, because the inverter does consume a little bit of energy to convert the electricity. As far as DC goes, you got your basic 12 volt, 10 amp car plug. Then we have a USB-C power delivery 100 watt. Then we have 2 USB-A ports, and those are 3 amps. And have you noticed that every single plug has a waterproof cover? And that is because this thing has an IP65 water resistance rating. So you could actually leave this thing out in the rain and it should be okay. And also it is dust proof. Cooling vent right there and a cooling vent on the other side. However, the cooling system is separated from all of the electronics. So the water and the dust isn't going to be able to get to the electronics through those cooling vents, which is really cool. And in the box, it comes with some instructions, and it comes with 3 cables. One is a car adapter to charge it in your vehicle, and also comes with a solar panel adapter, and also the power grid or house adapter, which plugs in right here. And this thing can also be used as a UPS, which is uninterruptible power supply. So you could have like your computer running off of this, and then if the power goes out, your computer is not gonna shut off because it switches over. This thing will charge super fast. It has like some different modes: silent, standard, and turbo. And you can charge this thing up to 600 watts off of the house plug. So if you were on the road, you could probably like hop into Starbucks and bring this with you and just plug it in and just borrow their electricity. Buy like a little coffee and then you just top it off. But here is the DC input, and it also has a circuit protector, which is pretty cool. And I have not seen this on any of my other power stations. And this is a little earth connection for, you know, the earth connection on the regular house plugs. So that is pretty cool, which makes things a lot safer depending on what you're trying to run. You can adjust this on the app, but when the screen goes out, it's just going into power saving mode. And to bring the screen up, you just click that power button, and you can see we're at 100%. And to turn it all the way off, you just hold it down. And another thing I will mention is that this thing seems really well built. The plastic does not feel cheap at all. Even the handle just feels really nice. It's not rattly or anything like that. And it kind of just holds itself right there. This is rubber right around here. And we can go ahead and flip it around. And it's got a light. Oh, you might have to actually power it on first. Probably. There we go. It's got low, high, strobe light, and then it powers off. I do like when they come with a little light. So the AC60P only has 504 watt hours, but it's super cool how you can expand with the B80P, and that'll bring us up to 1,310 watt hours. Pretty bare bones. However, it does have a few things, like another 12 volt 10 amp port, USB-C 100 watt, and one USB-A. And it also has a DC or PV input, 12 to 28 volts. And it just has a very basic battery indicator, and then you can turn DC on and off. And the expansion ports are on this side. You can see we have port 1 and port 2, because you can actually add a second one of these as well. That would be the maximum, but you can bring this setup up to 2,116 watt hours of storage capacity, which is quite a bit. Connect them, it's pretty simple. This guy comes with this big thick cable, and this cable has waterproof connectors, and check that out. It's got the main terminals, and then it's got a bunch of like communication lines and stuff like that. And I've already been trying this setup out a little bit, and it's just super easy. It's really just plug and play, and it takes care of everything. Like all of the balancing and how it manages the power, you don't have to worry about anything. It's really cool. A little arrow right there, and you just plug it in until it clicks. I'll plug this one in. And I like how they're flat, so you can just stack them on top of each other. And barely just fits right here. I wonder if they have like a 90-degree cable, because that would be a little bit better. But I do like this stackable design, and it gives you another little space to put stuff on top. You can just turn it on up here, and it automatically turns on down there. And then when you charge through here, it automatically charges this. You just don't have to worry about anything. It's super nice. I also like having all this room down here with it stacked up like this. But anyways, next, let's make some food. I got a cup of noodles, stir fry, teriyaki beef flavor. So let's go ahead and boil some water. Turn on AC, and we'll go ahead and boil it. I also have a 12 volt version of this, but it takes like maybe 4 times as long. And we'll just pretend I didn't actually spill water back behind there. We're pulling about 340 watts or so. It looks like we could boil water for 3.6 hours straight. It's pretty cool. Just want to make sure the cooling vents are not blocked. The table's like right in the middle of it, but it can go above and below. We're at higher altitude, so it boils a lot sooner. But we only used 4% of this whole thing. Go ahead and turn the AC off, and let's make some noodles. Oh, nothing like a cup of hot noodles when it's freezing cold outside. You're in the middle of nowhere. I also got some beef jerky, and my favorite is white cheddar popcorn. And I also got some gummy worms too for later. But I'm just gonna listen to music and eat some food. So in case I start the vehicle to help stay warm, I'm gonna go ahead and plug in the car charger port. Look at that, barely just fits right there. And this only gets powered when the vehicle is on. And yeah, real nice snug fit, so it's not gonna come out of there. Let's tuck this back here, out of the way. I have this little USB and carport extender, and we can go ahead and plug this in as well. Click DC. And did you hear my fridge? It just powered on. Thought it would have been too cold, but maybe it was still too hot for it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's 51 degrees. I guess it's up against the firewall. The engine's still pretty hot. Get a little chilly in here. But we just got seltzer water, sandwich for tomorrow, iced coffee. And I was thinking about eating this salmon stackers, but I'm actually kind of full now. Not really hungry, but I'll grab this sparkling water. I also got this little camera that I need to charge, and it's charging. All right, it's getting a little bit chilly, so we'll go ahead and start up the 4Runner. Yeah, I said 100 watts max. We're getting about 80. It also depends on the voltage. We might be getting a little bit of a voltage drop through here. You can actually use this on a 24 volt system as well, like bigger diesel trucks. And it'll actually charge twice as fast with a 200 watt maximum. Also, I believe this remote start system has a thermostat feature. I know there's a temperature sensor on the module, and there's a way to like check the temperature on here, but you can set it to where when it gets below a certain temperature, it'll start the engine and then shut it off once it gets to a different temperature. I've never tried it, but ideally a diesel heater would be best, so you're not, you know, wasting a bunch of gas with the big engine, and also putting wear on your engine as well. I do like how this 4Runner heats up super fast. It's probably the fastest heating up vehicle I've ever had. I don't know if it's like a cold weather option or something, but it's quick. And I can already feel the nice warm air coming through. And it actually stayed pretty cozy for a while. It's actually not bad right now even. Also, another thing I'll mention is that this system uses lithium iron phosphate cells, which is pretty cool. You can go 3,000 cycles before you're at 80% capacity. Also, one thing to note is that with lithium iron phosphate cells, you cannot charge below freezing or you risk damaging the cells. However, discharging is okay. But with these pre-built power stations, it'll prevent charging once it goes below freezing, so you won't have to worry about damaging the cells. They should last you at least 10 years, if not more. And another cool thing is that these guys have a 6-year warranty. I have not found another power bank company that offers a 6-year warranty. However, when you take it out of the packaging, it does say you have to keep the boxes to be able to return them. So just keep that in mind. You'll probably need the boxes if you want to have anything warranted on them. We hit 97% and it is burning up in here. So I'll go ahead and shut her down. Also, the AC60P has a wireless charger on top. It goes up to 15 watts. I really like that a lot, especially because it's a nice flat area, perfect for a wireless charger. I don't understand the power stations that don't put a wireless charger on the top like that, because I don't think they cost that much and it's just super handy. It is time for a little walk in the woods. Got my slippers on. Snowing. It would suck to be lost out here. Really glad I'm not sleeping in a tent tonight on my bike. Look at all the berries. getting a little bit chilly here in the 4Runner again. However, it's still not that bad compared to outside. And we still got 95% power left. So I actually have a space heater here. It looks like it's pulling about, 520 watts. It's getting pretty hot. It's jumping around quite a bit, but it looks like we could run this thing for about 3 hours straight. I mean, that isn't a whole lot compared to, you know, like a diesel heater. But yeah, electric heat really isn't the most efficient. Space heater is definitely warming things up in here. However, you can see it's at 84%. It's definitely going down pretty quickly. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out the app here. I've already been using it, and I really haven't had any problems with it. It's working pretty well, and it kind of gives you an overview of everything that's happening. 430 watts or so. It's going out to the AC, and then DC is on at 0 watts because I don't have my phone plugged in right now or anything else. And it'll also tell you if there's any power coming from the grid or a PV, and we can turn on and off DC and AC from here, so we can turn that off. You can see it, the light went out on the power station. But if we go up here to settings, oh, we got the user manuals too. That's really handy. And you can see the charging mode. I have it on turbo right now. That's 600 watts. And here is powerlifting, so we can go up to 1200 watts for heating devices, like if you have a bigger space heater. This one's only around 400, so not a big deal. Oh, and we can turn the LED light on from here. So go to high, medium. I like this app. It's pretty cool. Flashing. And then off. Next, got my laptop, and we have self-service, so I might just watch some YouTube videos before bed. Make sure my laptop stays charged. Pulling around 40 or 50 watts. Kind of goes up and down, but looks like we can run my computer for almost 20 hours straight with 80% battery left.
Right here, back again. So it's...
Pretty much ready for bed, and I want to stay warm all night, so I got this 12-volt heated blanket, and let's plug this in up here, turn on DC. I'll start out in high, and if I need it, I'll leave it on high all night, but if I get too hot, I'll probably put it down on like medium or low. It makes sense to put the heated blanket under the comforter and everything like that, so it keeps all the warmth in. But anyways, guys, I'm tired. I'm probably not gonna want to get up in the morning. It's gonna be like 20 degrees. Anyways, guys, have a good night. Oh, it's so wintry outside. It's morning time. It's about 8:50. I didn't wake up for sunrise. I don't even know if there would have been sunrise. A few times I got super hot and I had to turn it down. This sounds crazy, but I almost like forgot that I wasn't sleeping at home. Like, I stayed warm all night. I didn't have to start the 4Runner. I didn't even use the space heater. Just this heated blanket is all I need. And I also have another blanket I didn't even have to get. It's down back behind Mr. Center Whoopterton. But let's check out the power. Dang, we're only at 56%. It used less than like 25%. Using the heated blanket all night long. That's crazy. I really like this thing. Definitely don't feel like I'm gonna run out of power. Definitely could use this on like a 2 or 3 day trip. Oh my goodness, look at this windshield. Oh, it's just fog. I'm fogging it up in here. That is a nice thing about the diesel heater versus like a propane heater. It's super dry heat, so it's not gonna fog up the windows as much as like a propane heater. Propane heaters are like scary. They'll like all the moisture will start dripping. Not even just the windows, but like also behind all the like trim and stuff on the metal. It'll just form so much water with propane. With the diesel heater, all the combustion goes outside. 4Runner is now running, and we're actually almost getting up to 100 watts input. Can't forget the Cheerios for breakfast. I love Cheerios. It's pretty cold, but let's go try to ride the TW. Let's do all the way choke, see if that works. There we go. Yeah. We in business. Let that puppy warm up for a little bit. All right, guys. It is actually pretty darn cold. Gotta grab my gloves, got my backpack. Also, never leave your like main keys on your bike keys, because you don't want to lose them. I'm just gonna keep them in here. Make sure not to lose those, or else things would really suck. Run around for a little bit as I put my gloves on. Get the blood going. Not too sweaty, but like just a little bit. Yeah, these gloves are heated too, so that's kind of cool. We're gonna try to make it to Dead Man's Tower. It's about 30 minutes away. It's kind of like on that main road, and then there's like another road kind of like this probably. The snow doesn't seem... Spoke too soon. I was playing around too much. Gonna be like, oh, the snow doesn't seem too bad, and then I slip and fall. Let's see if I can get out of here. It seems to not want to run. I think it's just because it's not warm yet. All right, I gotta be more careful. The biggest thing is like I don't want to go down any steep hills. I'm gonna have to get back up. Besides this one. Oh gosh, this is gonna be a lot sketchier than I thought. I don't know if we're gonna make it to Dead Man's Firewatch Tower, but we're gonna try. If it's like this the whole way, I don't know. I think it's like 10 miles or something. I was procrastinating like all day too. I was just so nice and cozy in the 4Runner. I didn't want to leave. It is beautiful out here. Look at that sky. It's nice. I just don't want to like slip and hurt myself. So I'm kind of just taking it easy. I mean, you don't want to go too slow, but you don't want to go too fast. It's almost like it just blows away in the wind. I'm pretty warm now though. I wasn't when I first started, but moving around and stuff, I honestly don't know if I'm gonna be able to go back up there. You never know till you try. All right, Dead Man's Tower is this way. Oh, the road's not looking too bad, so hey, maybe we'll make it. Oh my goodness, it's already fogging up. Pin lock visor is what I need when I do stuff like this. So guys, I have like a scary story. One time I was out in Rampart Range, and I didn't think we were even supposed to get snow, or maybe I didn't even check, but the day was nice. Like, it was a nice day and everything, and I was just out there because I rode from home on the TW. But anyways, I was out having a fun time, and I was going like through puddles. just like for fun, because I mean the weather wasn't that bad, and I was just having some fun and riding around. And then all of a sudden it started raining pretty good, and I kind of went over to this little like camp spot and I set up a tarp because I didn't know maybe it would just like stop, and I didn't want to get soaking wet for my ride home more than I already was. Let's see if we can get up this hill. It's not bad. Yeah, snow like this is no problem for the TW. I still want to take it easy though, because I'm out here alone. But anyways, yeah, the snow is getting so bad. Like I couldn't, it was so hard to see through my visor because it was like all foggy and it was just constantly getting snow on it. My whole headlight was like packed full of snow. And at one point it was like so scary. I found one of those like, you know, forest bathrooms, pit toilets. And I just like went inside. I was like, I might have to spend the night here. Fortunately, I did have some winter gloves, not these heated ones, but I had some winter gloves. So my hands soared. I mean, they were still freezing up, but they were a lot better off. But the main thing was like my feet were soaked, and it was getting really scary because I couldn't feel my feet. And I started to not feel my hands, and I would have to stop and like warm my feet and hands up on the engine, on the air-cooled engine. It was ridiculous. And I did that multiple times. Like, it was so scary, and the snow just kept getting worse and worse, and I was even on like the main road just trying to get home, because I was like, I'm just gonna go for it because I think I can make it. You know, I mean, I just kept going and going. If I was like really, really far out just on my bike, I would have stopped in a pit toilet and kind of hunkered down there. Yeah, this isn't looking good. Let's see if I can get going. Oh, there we go. I think if I stay in this like brown stuff, I'll be all right. Yeah, but anyways, I stopped many times on the way home, and my feet were just so cold, and my hands. It was hard to even operate the controls. And I got home, and my wool socks were freezing. They were like frozen. My feet were so cold. That was like the worst frostbite I've ever gotten. And you know, you get that fiery, awful feeling once your limbs start coming back to life. But that could have been a really scary situation if I was like further out. But yeah, I was so fortunate. I was prepared enough to have some winter gloves with me, because that could have been really bad. That was probably the scariest like survival type situation I've ever been in, or at least closest to it. And then there was that other time where like I had a super insane thunderstorm. Like I thought I was gonna get struck by lightning, and I found a pit toilet and took shelter in there for a while. It was rain coming down like no other. It's not bad. Just chugging along here. I was almost wondering if I have a vacuum leak on that little carburetor to head joint, because it was like the idle was like changing randomly, and then when I would give it gas, it would want it to die. I have to look at that again. I had made a video on that. I don't know if we're gonna make it. I mean, the snow's getting worse. I am prepared though. I have been building this little backpack for like all kinds of preparedness. I got a little emergency survival tent and an emergency bivvy. They're really small. And actually I forgot my fire starting supplies at home, because I'm still kind of building it. So that could be bad, especially in something like this. But I'll probably do a video on my backpack build. It's kind of like an EDC backpack, so it'll work for like all kinds of stuff. I use it for going to the gym, hiking, throw it on for the bike, just like every kind of day stuff. But it's got a lot of useful stuff, and it's not too heavy or insane. Let's see how far we are. Oh yeah, we still have a way long ways to go. Very long ways. Let's go see this hill. I am wearing some waterproof boots, and I have like the world's warmest socks on. They're keeping my feet pretty warm. Waterproof boots are so important. Like my regular motocross boots are not waterproof like at all. They just like suck in all the water. It's terrible. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get back up that. It's like Christmas time out here. I need some like tire chains for the TW. That's what I need. Maybe I should make that my business, like dirt bike tire chains. Like produce them myself for like specific dirt bikes. Oh, we're going right up this hill. No problem. This is a pretty steep one. Helps having like all that little gravel stuff right there. I probably need a new rear tire. It's getting a little low, but oh well. Oh, that's nice. Wait, is this it? This is not it. Okay, I made it back to the turn off where the Forerunner is, and I didn't have any problems. However, my GoPro batteries keep dying. I went through like 2, and they would turn on for like 30 seconds and turn off. Okay, last battery. They're all dying. It's just too cold for them. So I'm gonna try to get up here before I run out. So far so good. It's not that slippery. Alright guys, all my GoPro batteries died. I should have left them in my pocket like I did my phone, and it makes the battery last a lot longer. But anyways, I kind of slid around and I ended up over here. The Forerunner is really close, it's right up there, but I might try to like kind of spin it onto these rocks and see if the rocks can give me enough traction to... I would film it, but I'm in a little bit of a predicament. Easier than I thought, but kind of just went down here on the road, kind of just shot up on the rocks and then back on the road. Well guys, I'm pretty cold and ready to go home, but now I'm just gonna load the bike back up and I might just hang out for a little bit, warm up and get some food. I got a little sandwich and everything. It's better if I wait a little bit so that way there's not as much traffic going back through Denver. It's time to get out of here. I just took them off so they don't like fall over while I'm driving, especially off-road. We're at 20% and with the car charger, putting in about 92 watts. So we'll see how much charge we can put in it on a 2.5 hour drive. Let's roll. We were able to get it back up to 37%, put in 17% on that little trip back home. Well guys, I had a lot of fun on this trip and I really enjoyed using the BLUETTI AC60P and the auxiliary B80P to go along with it. It really gave me enough power to do a super cold overnight camping trip. But yeah, that space heater definitely pulls a lot of power if you try to run it for a long time. So I cannot wait to get the diesel heater up and running. I think I'm gonna go ahead and rig that up and maybe do some super cold camping trips because that'll be a lot of fun. And I still also have to do my countertop with the sink and everything. I'm gonna have like a little pop-out table where I can watch some TV or whatever. But all in all, I didn't have any issues with this power station setup. It worked just like it should. Super happy with it. Maybe even someday I'll get another auxiliary and bump it up to over 2 kilowatt hours. I was just happy, running the heated blanket all night long. Only took like 20% power. You could definitely do a multi-night cold weather camp with this setup. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. And of course, if you're interested in these power stations, I'll leave a link down in the description below. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you next time. Peace out.